Yes, hello everybody, and welcome back to the Dynasty Hot Seat, the only Dynasty show out there that is a certified Inferno. We're going live again. I had a lot of fun yesterday going live with the worst team ever. I was about to set my lineups and I thought, you know what? Why not do it live on YouTube? Take a couple of questions as well while I'm at it. Thank you so much for joining. If you are live, great to see you. Make sure you leave a comment. If you're not and you're getting this on catch up, hey, hitting that like, that subscribe button as well. That would be absolutely fantastic. Let's get into it, shall we? Let's go. Let's set some week one lineups. All right. Let's get right to it, will we? Let's pull up sleeper and let's go. Let's see if we can roll through a couple of lineups, shall we? So let's start up here. We got currently Justin Herbert sitting in here. He is our quarterback starting. Other options are Joe Burrow, Russell Wilson, or Justin Fields, which is quite handy. I think we'll stick with Justin Herbert here for sure. Now, he is a late game, so we probably want to put him down in the flex and put Joe Burrow up there. Real simple tip if you don't know already. You want to put those players who are playing in the earlier games. You want to keep those late players in the flex spots because it gives you more flexibility to move them out should an injury occur. All right. One running back, in case you're wondering, this is Scott Fishbowl, which is why it's slightly odd formations here. We got one running back, which is currently set at Saquon Barkley, who we know is quite an early game, so we can keep Saquon in there. Michael Pittman Jr. is in there as well. We got Tucker Kraft. Tucker Kraft is questionable with a back injury. So he might be someone that we could take out as we get a little bit closer to the time. Christian McCaffrey, we hope, is going to play. He's definitely a lock in there. I would say Alvin Kamara would be a lock as well up against Carolina. I think that should be a good matchup for Alvin Kamara. Christian Kirk, Chris Godwin, Raheem Mostert in there as well. And hey, we got a kicker in here. It's Dicker, the kicker. I think we should really start off by looking at, do we have any of those late game windows here? No, we do not. So we're pretty happy with our flex positions. Let's have a look at the bench and see if there's anyone we would consider rotating in. Zeke is there, that's going to start. Deontay Johnson is there that we might consider rotating in. Apart from that, nobody really. I do like Tajay Spears, but I'm a bit apprehensive about the backfield there. So I feel a bit safer with McCaffrey, Kamara, Kirk, and Godwin, and these guys for now. So actually, not much to change there with the Scott Fishbowl lineup. I'm pretty happy there, actually. I'm pretty happy. I don't really see anything that we're going to be able to do there. So let's move down the list from the Scott Fishbowl. Let's go. We're not going to do any best ball. Obviously, a lot of my leagues are best ball. Let's bump into here, shall we? And let's look at the lineup for my next league. What do we got? We got Superflex. Again, most of these leagues are going to be super flex. So if you do have a question about any kind of quarterbacks, who to start, who to sit for them, that'll be pretty good because we'll definitely get through quite a few quarterbacks whenever we're setting these lineups. So we got Tua sitting at a quarterback at the minute. We got Joe Mixon, Zamir White in there, Justin Jefferson, Michael Pittman Jr., Jalen Waddle starting 3 wide receivers. Dalton Kincaid, that won't be the last time you see him on this show. Let's be honest. You know, I love me some Dalton Kincaid, Kev. You absolutely know it. AO to you as well, mate. Dalton Kincaid, he is the man. He is the thumbnail of this video. If you clicked on it, he's an absolute must start if you have him. I'm sure you will be starting Dalton Kincaid. You're going to be absolutely lolling your way to the bank whenever you start Dalton Kincaid. Absolutely. So he's a must start. Slim Reaper, Devonta Smith in there, as well as Tank Dell and Trevor Lawrence. First things first, let's get Devonta Smith, who's playing in a slightly earlier game. Let's pop him up there, just so we get that flexibility with the starts. Zamir White, he's playing in a slightly later game. We can't really sub him out. Let's have a look at the subs, see if there's anyone we want to jump in there. Russell Wilson, Jalen Wright again. Wow. Got him in a couple of leagues. J.K. Dobbins, we don't really want. Edwards there, we can put on the pup in a little bit. Sermon Brown, Miller, we can pop on IR. Brock Bowers is an interesting guy. David Njoku, there is a question mark. Maybe you would start Njoku over Kincaid if you're in some leagues. Same with Pitts. And wow, I'm absolutely stacked at tight end here. Absolutely love that. Bowers, Pitts, Njoku, and Kincaid. Gotta love it. My injured reserve is absolutely full up. Anyone there? No, not really. Hey, no adjustments to this lineup either. Gotta be pretty happy with that. Let's rock on over to the most important league, right? It's the Fantasy Wildcard Hall of Fame. Absolutely love this league. And oh, hey, look at that. Right on cue, Fantasy Wildcard. Saying better scoring stack tonight. Lamar Andrews or Mahomes Kelsey. You know what I'm going to say, right? I think it's Mahomes Kelsey. Andrews, we don't know how fit and healthy he is, really, at the minute. He is obviously an elite tight end. Lamar is an elite quarterback. But Mahomes and Kelsey, they're the 1-2 in the NFL right now. So give me Mahomes and Kelsey. But if you've got a Lamar Andrews stack, gotta love it, right? Gotta absolutely love it. Right, let's set this lineup then as well. Made very few changes so far, which is quite good considering I set these about a month ago. So I'm pretty happy that I've done a decent job. We got Brock Purdy in there. He's the late game. We don't want to move him to a flex spot. Or we do want to move him to a flex spot. Apologies. So we'll sub in Daniel Jones up there. I do not like that, but I think that might be my only option from memory. So hopefully not. Devon Achane in there. He's not moving anywhere. We got Derrick Henry as well playing on at Friday. We're happy to keep him there. Tyreek and Justin. Oh my goodness me. Look at that. Tyreek Hill, Justin Jefferson, Deebo Samuel. Yes, please. That is absolutely delicious. I'll take some of that. I will move Xavier Worthy, though, up here just because he's playing in an earlier game and we want to get that locked in. Justin Jefferson down there. We got Zach Moss, Christian Watson, as well as Gus Edwards. Let's have a little look at the bench. Hunter Henry stands out there. Hopefully we have a better replacement player that can slot in there. But, maybe not. Maybe not, guys. Greg Dulcich does intrigue me, but I'm unsure what his role in this offense is going to be. I'm slightly concerned that he could put up an absolute 0. So I think we'll stick with Hunter Henry for now. Zach Moss, again, I'm quite happy to stick with him. I do quite like KJ Osborne this year, but I don't see a slot where he can really jump in. I'm going to trust Xavier Worthy to hit the ground running. That's maybe the place where you might consider putting in a veteran like Osborne, but I'm pretty happy just going with Xavier Worthy, the rookie, instead. Right, let's keep going. Right, let me talk to you about this league. One of my favorite new leagues I'm in. Shout out to Phil from the Wildcard Devi team. The aim in this league is to get the lowest score. However, if any of your players scores a goose egg, then they automatically get given 15 points. So you want players that are really, really, really bad for fantasy, but you can't just pick players that are on practice squads, if that makes sense. So what I'm trying to do here is pick people like Kyle Juszczyk, who I'm hoping will get a carry. And that's it. Cordero Patterson, who's going to get something, you'd think. I picked Josh Downs because I think he's guaranteed targets every game. Shouldn't be scoring too highly, but he is a bit risky. Michael Mayer, blocking tight end, right? Braxton Berrios. They'll give him a jet sweep, right? Rashad Bateman, terrible. This is what I'm thinking here. Do we have anyone that I can plug in? Ramondre is too good. Charbonnet is an interesting one, but I don't think I'll plug him in ahead of these guys. Berrios and Bateman. Well, let's move Bateman to there so we can get a bit more flexibility as well. Minnesota, I don't think they're going to do too well. So Rondale Moore's an IR. I might need to switch that up. Juwan Johnson is there, who we could put in ahead of Mayer. But yeah, I'm quite unbelievably we're scheduled to win this. Will anyone on this team drop a goose egg? Maybe Davis. Quentin Johnson, he's not getting the point. I can see that. Same with Robinson. Okay, he's got a couple of guys that might not get anything. So we're in with a chance of winning in this league. Let's move on. We got Lethal Weapon 2. I think we've just drafted in this league as well. So I think my team's pretty strong in here. Dak Prescott starting up. He's in a slightly later game. Can I flip him over? Oh, it's only one QB. Oh, yes, that's right. This is a teeny tiny league with my mates from home. So we got one QB, only 8. So my team's going to look absolutely stacked. Dak, Saquon, Kamara, Hill, Neighbors, Kincaid. There he is again. What a man. What an absolute legend. Michael Pittman Jr., Cooper Kupp, Christian Kirk, and of course the Kansas City Chiefs. Defense. Do we need to do anything here? I don't imagine. I only just drafted this a couple of days ago. Chris Godwin could come in quite handily. Maybe tempted to put in Godwin ahead of Neighbors here. Yeah. Let's put in Chris Godwin instead of Malik Neighbors. Neighbors I do love, obviously, but rookie, first game. I'm starting him in other places. Maybe pump the brakes just ever so slightly on him and not get too carried away. Gus Edwards could come in, but no, I'm pretty happy. And we got TJ Hawkinson coming off the bench later on in the year, hopefully. All right, next up, here we go. This is quite good. I'll be doing this anyway, guys. So I'm just thinking, why not just do it on camera, let you guys see what I'm thinking. If you are here, yeah, leave a little comment as well. Say hello if you're new and you've not already. Love to see that subscribe button, that like button going. That is absolutely fantastic. All right, let's move on. Who we got in this league? We got Dak Prescott, Christian. Is this the same league? No, it is not. Just very similar. We got Dak, we got CMC, we got Kamara, CeeDee Lamb, Nico Collins, Michael Pittman Jr. Oh, we got nobody at tight end. Oh, dear. Well, I've made an absolute mess of that, haven't I? What has happened to me at tight end? That is very unfortunate. Is there anyone on the waivers even? Yeah, there's a couple of guys I could pick up here. Hurst and Munt. Let's go. I'll come back to that. I'll not do that live on air, but yeah. Need to address the tight end position there for sure. So we got Parham in. He's at Denver, right? Yeah. That could be interesting. I do think I should make a little waiver bid, though. Let's go. Hayden Hurst will get a couple of targets, won't he? Let's go Hayden Hurst. And we need to drop somebody. Nick Mullins, Isaiah McKenzie. Madison. I don't want to drop Madison. My name is Jeff Wilson. That could be Jake Browning, Zach Wilson. Yeah, let's get rid of Jake Browning. And Amani Bailey. He's off the roster at Kansas City as well, I think. So let's get rid of him. We'll get Hurst in, hopefully in time. I'm not sure when the waivers run. Does it say? They run on Friday. So yeah, we'll have time to get Hurst in and plug him in time. That will be absolutely fine. I think he'd be a slightly better start than Donald Parham. Not the most interesting debate to be having, but yeah, I think it'd be a slightly better start for sure. We got Devonta Smith in there. Keenan Allen's an interesting one because he's obviously an elite route runner, gets open for fun. Great situation, great quarterback, but that's a loaded wide receiver room. We've seen players move to other teams before. It doesn't always work out. I'm going to trust Keenan Allen, but I've got a bit of doubts. Lingering just somewhere. Right, let's see if we can sub in someone for J.K. Dobbins, who again is going to be so hard to trust. We got Bo Melton, Carson Steele, Rashad Bateman, who that's just so hard to trust himself. Madison is there. Foreman, Curtis Samuel, right? Curtis Samuel's carving himself out a nice little role over at Buffalo. So let's fire in Curtis Samuel, and hopefully he'll do the business for us. Just check in. We got CeeDee Lamb in the wrong place there. Let's move CeeDee Lamb for Devonta Smith. He's a Saturday game, so let's put Devonta Smith up into that wide receiver position. I think we're done there, are we? That's the best ball. All right. This is Superflex, tight end premium. All right, Superflex, tight end premium league. Let's have a little look. We got Jalen Hurts setting up the quarterback. Great. Echan again. Got so many Echan shares. Absolutely love it. Echan's there. Tajay Spears also there, who I do quite like for this year. AJ Brown and Marvin Harrison Jr. This is looking pretty sweet. Not going to lie. Luke Musgrave in there at tight ends, which I don't hate at all. Jordan Addison, question marks about him. Right. Lamar Jackson's there. Let's move Lamar up and swap in Hurts. Love this team for sure. Right. Addison. Don't love it. Right. Jordan Addison. Question marks for sure. Do we roll with a guy like Devin Singletary, who looks like he's going to get the work? We're not going to go with Treylon Burks. Christian Watson, I really like as well. We started Watson in a few other leagues. Let's go Singletary. Let's go Devin Singletary. Play it a little bit, see if this is a stacked team. We're looking pretty even in the matchup, so don't want to post a dud with Christian Watson, who could potentially do that. Let's play it a little safe and put in a guy like Devin Singletary. He should pick up some points for it. JSN, though. He's another one. You don't know what to do. Don't know if he can be trusted. I mean, they're projecting him to score 10 points. I don't know if he will. I'm maybe going to go Christian Watson, here. I'm going to take Christian Watson ahead of Jackson Smith and Jigba just for now. Anyway, just for now. I am looking to see if any league so far has set up the auto sub feature. Not seeing it anywhere as of yet. So let's keep rolling, shall we? Next league up, I've got Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow sitting up at quarterback. Then Saquon Barkley and Aaron Jones. Tyreek and Debo. That is a stack I've had a couple of times, it seems, those two, which is, quite nice. Jameson Williams, George Kittle, Evan Ingram, Luke Musgrave. A lot of tight end. It is tight end premium. And then Javonte Williams and Dak Prescott. All right, that sounds pretty good to me. Do we have any early games here? We have Musgrave and Kittle. They're playing the same game. All right. Let's have a look at the subs, see if anyone is an obvious candidate to sub in. Nope. Javon Baker's nice, but I mean, it'd be foolish to put him in from the start thinking he was going to do something, so let's not sub him in anywhere. I don't see anything. Nope. Don't see anything there that is an obvious choice to sub in. Everyone seems fit and healthy. Jameson Williams, I don't love. Don't love him there. Like, don't really see an avenue yet for anyone else to pop in. Matchup-wise, I'm looking pretty good. Might be worth me in this league going out and trying to buy another wide receiver, though, I think. Right. Next league up. Let's go. Let's see. We got Trevor Lawrence Kenneth Walker, Joe Mixon, Tyreek Hill, Justin Jefferson, and Nico Collins. Oh, yes, that is a nice wide receiver room. Evan Ingram, Devonta Smith, and then hey, I haven't said a lot of stuff, so this is quite interesting. Let's have a look and see. Right, any of these guys in a late game? Yeah, Kenneth Walker. So we can move him to a flex spot soon, but let's see who we can sub in here to start with. We got guys like Eckler, Dobbins, Jameson Williams again, along with Zamir White. And then, yeah, all right. Not the strongest there. We got Rashee Rice on the taxi squad. We'll take him off taxi. That's for sure. That is for sure. This team must have been, like, I did quite well with this team last year. Oh, yeah, I put Rashee Rice on the taxi squad to get a little bit more room to bring in some other people, if I recall properly. So let's take Rashee Rice off here. Get him on the bench. Jelani Woods is an IR. And I think, yes, Mitchell, man. What could have been with him? He's a good player, but man, he just can't stay healthy. So that is unfortunate for him. And we can get Rashee Rice straight into that lineup, I think, along with Javonte Williams. Where is Rashee Rice gone? He's down there. And I believe we also need a quarterback. Deshaun Watson. All right. There we go. Deshaun Watson is in. I don't have a third quarterback here. That is very unusual. That is not usually my strategy at all. I usually like to load up a little bit on quarterback, but it does not seem like I've got an extra one here. That is definitely something that I need to go ahead and address. If anyone watching has any cheaper go-to contender quarterbacks, leave a comment. Let me know. Who do you think is worth going out there and buying? Kenneth Walker and Javonte Williams playing at the same time, so we don't want to rotate them around. Devonta Smith is playing in the earlier game, so let's get him out of the flex spot. And of course, Rashee Rice the same, so let's get him out of that flex spot as well and stick in Tyreek Hill. Perfect. Another one down. All right, this is my team. Oh, yes. This is a team that I took over a couple of years ago, and it was a horrendous rebuild, and here we are with it now, I believe, as pretty much a contender. I do need to drop a player first, though. All right, let's do that. Or can we just stick someone Hollywood Browns out? There we go. There we go. Don't need to drop anybody anymore. Brian Thomas Jr. on the taxi squad. Interesting. All right. Let's see if we need to move him or not. Let's have a look. Anthony Richardson, love that. Bijan Gibson. There he is again. Devon Achan. Practice what I preach here on the Dynasty Hot Seat, by the way, team. Practice what I preach. Talked about Devon Achan all last season and the build up to the season. You've seen I got a hell of a lot of shares, which I absolutely love. So Bijan and Achan. That's lovely. That is lovely. Tyreek, Brandon Ayuk, Malik Neighbors, Kyle Pitts, Devonta Smith, Keenan Allen, Rome Odunze, and Caleb Williams in the Superflex. This is a great team. Young team as well, which I really, really like. He's given me some question marks. I don't want both of them. So can we get Odunze out? Yeah, we can get Godwin in. There we go. We got Godwin in, and we don't want him. He's in a late game, so we'll keep him there. Early game. He's in early game too. I got to trust Neighbors in this league. We took him out in another league, but I think it's important to diversify. So let's trust him. We're about 50-50 in this league to win. Let's see what happens. Pretty stacked team, though. Pretty pleased with that overall. Is this one that's got an auto sub feature? You know, I bet this is something where you can't actually do it on your computer, which is very frustrating because they seem to have a lot less features. I'll talk through what my strategies for auto subs are after I've set some more lineups. But yeah, it looks like we're not, unless this one hasn't been passed. But we'll see. We'll see. Next, that is here. The Average Joes. Let's have a little look. Team. Boom. Didn't get thumped. One of my teammates said he was going to absolutely thump me in one of the matchups, and I think you can tell by the name what happened. Right, let's have a look. Jalen Hurts, Jahmyr Gibbs, Devon Achane, Marvin Harrison Jr., Michael Pittman Jr., Travis Kelce, Malik Neighbors again, Devonta Smith, Anthony Richardson, Manly Man, Harrison Butker, and a defense. Look at that. San Francisco 49ers, love having them. Okay. Again, not too much here to really think about changing, I don't think. Neighbors is someone we could change. We could put in James Conner. We could put in James Conner, or we could put in Calvin Ridley. Man, that's about it. Do I really want to put in Calvin Ridley? No, I'm just going to play Malik Neighbors there. I think he's the more talented guy. I trust that he'll get enough work. We're going to swap over Harrison Jr. and Devonta Smith. Get Devonta Smith in that early game as well. I think we're pretty set. Pretty set. Now, again, auto subs. No option to do that on the PC. Slightly frustrating. Slightly frustrating. I'm trying to see if it's in settings. No, we can't get it anywhere here. All right, I'll talk you through my strategy for auto subs after I've set some of the lineups. Isolation Bowl. No, I just took on this team. One day of Hendo, absolute legend, telling me this team needs a save here. Well, here I am. Try my best, but this team stinks. Managed to pick up Marvin Harrison Jr. and Michael Penix in the draft, which I was pretty pleased about. Evan Hull, I can't start him because he's not going to start, so I don't want to be, a dick, right? Don't want to be a dick about it. So let's put in Dalvin Cook. Is he going to play? No. Is he still on the practice squad? Let's put in Williams. He's at least not on a practice squad. Has he been elevated, ready for any role? No, it doesn't say. I don't know. I need to look into it. Let's put in Jameson Williams. Or Jamal Williams, sorry. He is at least, on a field somewhere. Let's put Penix in the super flex because he's not going to play. Baker's up there. Tajay Spears will play. He'll play. Cooper will play. Schultz will play. Parker Washington and Zach Ertz. We got another flex guy to put in. Rashee Rice. Let's pop him in, and in the super flex, geez, I forgot how bad this team was. Not quite as bad as the worst team ever, but not far off. Not far off at all. I can't play Michael Penix. My kicker's on a bye? No, he must have been released. I need to get a new kicker. Doesn't matter. Cowing. Dalvin Cook. Hayden Hurst. There we go. Hayden Hurst in the super flex role. I think he must have been released, has he? Patterson cut loose in favor of Cade York. All right, I need a new kicker. Who's available? Is he available? Harrison Butker? All right. Give me Harrison Butker. I'll take him. Easy. Easy. Yeah. Have I not? Oh, it's got to be $1? Dude. Come on. Why? All right, there we go. Harrison Butker. We'll get him in and we'll plug him in. Hey, we seen this one last night. Mags to Riches, the worst team ever. Make sure that you check that episode out where we've already set that lineup. Next, let's have a look. Ooh, you always like to see that, don't you? The little ribbon. That's always nice. Okay, let's see. Tua. Achane again. Boys, let me tell you. I'm loving how much I'm seeing Devon Achane. Loving it. James Conner, CeeDee Lamb, Justin Jefferson, Michael Pittman Jr. You'll see him a lot as well. One of my favorites. George Kittle, Chris Godwin, Evan Ingram, and Jared Goff. Tight end premium, I'm sure you can tell by looking at the amount of points Ingram and Kittle are receiving. Let's see. Do we have any late games here? Yeah, CD. He's playing the same time as Godwin, so that's okay. All right. Anyone coming off the bench that we think could potentially play? I'm going to take Goff and Tua over Deshaun, I think. Gus Edwards could play. Kittle is always a funny one, isn't he? He has potential to give you absolute zero. Yeah, give me Ingram in there, and let me take Kittle out because I just never know with Kittle. He's so risky, he's so dangerous. I could just play it safe with a David Montgomery here. Let's do that. Let's play it safe. Let's put in David Montgomery. I can't afford in this matchup. It's too close for me to let George Kittle lose it for me. I am favored to win. I like to play it a bit safer in that regard. So let's put in Montgomery, who has an earlier. No, he doesn't. He has a later game. What am I talking about? So we'll leave him right where he is. All right, next up. Let's have a little look. Where are we? So give me the bacon. Oh, 2 quarterbacks and a super flex. This is a small league, I'm pretty sure, though. So I think it's a small league with big rosters. From what I can remember, we got Patrick Mahomes. We got Brock Purdy. Gotta love that. Brock Purdy's playing in the late game. Let's get him out of there. Let's put Jared Goff. Jared Goff is in. Right. Gibbs, ETN, and Williams. Yep. Gibbs is playing a late game. No one to move him yet. That's all right. Tyreek Hill, AJ Brown, Nico Collins. Cool. Daniel Bellinger. Do you like me some Bellinger? And David Njoku. Surely I've got a better tight end than Bellinger. Johnny Smith. Yeah, Johnny. Let's get Johnny Smith in there. Need to get a new tight end. Hawkinson's there. Yeah, right. Okay. Anyone that I could take off here? Tucker Kraft. See how he gets on. I might remove him very soon, though. I think the rest seems all right to me. DJ Moore, Calvin Ridley. Maybe Tajay Spears. No, I'm pretty happy with Ridley there. Let's roll with that. Let's keep on moving with our lineups, shall we? Let's see. Burrow, Breece Hall, and Josh Jacobs in the running back positions. Puka, Michael Pittman Jr., no tight ends in there currently. Tank Dell, Terry McLaurin. I just find it weird when you get these, like this flex, where it's like just like receiver or running back. I always find that an odd thing in some leagues. It's quite rare, right? Looks like this team is a little better than the worst team ever. Yeah, I think almost every team, Taylor, is a little bit better than that. I would like to think we have that one isolation bowl team that is absolutely appalling. But apart from that, yeah, most teams should be doing a lot better. Although this team might not look great if I can't find a tight end to put in here. Hayden Hurst, all right. My tight end's been crucified by injuries. That's why. Is there anyone else? I'm going to need to get somebody off the waiver. All right, let's do that and see. I doubt there's anyone available. Oh yeah, Munt. All right. My roster is full. Please select some to drop. Okay, let's. Clyde Edwards-Helaire needs to go on IR. So let's do that. Look at that. Season hasn't even started. Almost a full injured reserve. Oh, hold on. Hooray! Some leagues are just like this, right? Haven't even started the season, and I have a full to the brim injured reserve. Got to absolutely love it. Well, at least that means, we can pick up Johnny Munt, which is, absolutely brilliant for our team, right? All right, 2 empty slots all of a sudden. I'll put in $1 in case someone season there. All right. Let's do that, and then at least we can actually start someone. Anyone else in there? I quite like Brevin Jordan, but he's not going to play. So let's go back to the team. We'll get Munt in there. Brees Hall and Josh Jacobs, we absolutely love, obviously. Hurst in there. Tank Dell, Terry McLaurin, Kyler Murray. All right. Is there anyone on this bench? Baker is on there. Jalen McMillan. He's quite a nice player. Ridley, Minshew, Swift, Moore, Purdy. Got a lot of nice quarterbacks here. Might use one of those quarterbacks to get another elite tight end. I think that might be a good idea. Yeah, not really seeing any obvious. Terry is a good pick for this week. All right. I need to circle back to that, obviously, whenever we get the other tight end. All right, let's keep rocking. We're almost at the end. How long have we been going? Must be like 40 minutes, right? 35 minutes. Not bad. Let's keep on rolling with this then. Next up, we've got Patrick Mahomes, Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry in there as well. Derrick Henry. Michael Pittman Jr., George Pickens, DeAndre Hopkins, Travis Kelce, James Conner, David Njoku, and CJ Stroud. One of the few shares I haven't actually traded away. I traded away a lot of CJ Stroud. Could be a mistake, but his value was so sky high that could not do it. Zay Jones is suspended. I didn't even see that. There we go. Didn't see it. Tim Patrick at Detroit now as well, which I found out yesterday. Okay. No one there that we really want to take away. This looks pretty good. This looks pretty decent. Don't really see any changes there. Hopkins, perhaps. But I'd be putting in Curtis Samuel. Kind of hard to trust. Just go with the vet, I think, here. Trust that DeAndre Hopkins is going to get a nice amount of points. So let's do that. Right. Next. Purdy, McCaffrey, Jones, Ayuk, Waddle, Higgins, Pitts, Swift, Ingram, Javonte Williams again, and Tua Tunga Viola. All right. We see anybody here that we could fire in? Curtis Samuel again. I got a lot of Curtis Samuel. Do we sub in Deontay anywhere? Deontay Johnson, maybe for T. Higgins, but then Chase is maybe not playing. Brandon Ayuk, DeAndre Swift. No, I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with this team. I don't see anyone there that I would take off the taxi either. Do I get to move him to IR because he's suspended? No, that's slightly annoying. All right, next. Oh, I think this might be some IDP players, right? No longer eligible in IR. Well, that's quite nice. I'm sure we'll be able to replace them with someone. Hassan Reddick, that's quite a nice one. And Hufunga coming off injured reserve. But I'm sure we'll have somebody going on. Hey, we don't. Look at that. All right, we got a bit of work to do here. We need to drop some players. We need to bring some players in. Let's see, who can we drop off this roster? How's the taxi looking? Taxi is full. Houston, maybe we could get rid of. Cole Kmet is not droppable, but he's not really going to do us any favors either. Mac Jones, probably droppable. Trey Lance. Are they going to give Trey Lance a whirl? I need to drop 2 players here as well, realistically. Houston, man, did like him, but he might be droppable. Diggs at DB. DBs are a dime a dozen. But then who am I going to play at DB? Jalen Petrie can play there. Yeah, let's drop Diggs, shall we? I think he's someone that's not really performed too well. He only played 2 games last year. Yeah. I'll come back to it. This is an IDP show. I'll come back to it. I'll do it myself on my own time. I could spend all day thinking about that. I'm still not an expert on IDP at all, so I could spend all day looking at that. Right, next up. Hey, 2 QBs. Look at this. Mahomes and Purdy. Bijan and Achan again. Yes. Pittman, Cup, and Smith. Hawkinson. Got to put him in there, sadly. All right, Hawkinson there. Dallas Goedert, Derrick Henry. T. Higgins. Right, first of all, Derrick Henry. Let's get him up there because he's playing in a Friday night game. So that's pretty easy. He's playing Monday Night Football. Let's put T. Higgins there. All right. Tight ends. Man, tight ends are such a scarcity. Cole Kmet, don't like it, but he's got to go in. Anyone else we would replace T. Higgins, maybe? Anyone that we could sub in? Christian Kirk. Yeah, give me Christian Kirk over T. Higgins this week. Do I say that? Or do we go Tajay Spears? We're not going to go with Curtis Samuel. We've already got too many. I'm playing T. Higgins in quite a few places, so let's roll a dice, take a Christian Kirk here as well, just to kind of make sure if Higgins bombs, we don't really get punished everywhere for it. Ooh, look at this nice matchup. Jaden Daniels and Baker Mayfield. This is a young team. This must be a rebuilder. I must have been rebuilding this one. Dynasty Heroes. Potentially. Cannot remember. In too many leagues, probably. Yeah, I must have taken this as a rebuild. Not really. I must have gone 0 RB. And this looks like if I can get St. Brown, Waddle, and Pittman. Must have went with a 0 running back approach. He's out, so he can go on there. Yeah, because I got Jonathan Brooks in the draft as well. All right, okay. So I'm not necessarily trying to win this year. I've got a young receiver core in there, so all right. Okay. I see what I'm doing now. I see what the plan was. Jarrett, I could probably just drop him, but I'll put him on injured reserve. Why not? Let's see who can we plug in. Zeke might be able to be plugged in to one of these. And hopefully he'll have a good game, and then I can sell him. That will be the ideal scenario for Zeke Elliott, I think. St. Brown's playing on Monday Night Football. Let's swap in Amari Cooper. Is Dallas Goedert really the best option I've got to put there? Yeah. I think he might be. Looks like it. Yeah, I don't love that Benson is there as a starter. In the future, yeah, great, but right now, not so much. All right. Next, we must be nearly at the bottom, are we? We're getting there. We are getting there. We're almost at the bottom. Lamar, Etienne, Kamara, Hill, Watson, Rice, Kelsey. Ugh. Mike Williams. Get away. Oh no, I've got nobody to put. We've got nobody to put in. I think I've been trying to blow this team up fairly unsuccessfully. Yeah. Oh dear. Mike Williams. All right then. That's an auto sub, by the way. Want to talk about auto sub strategy? He's one for sure that you should have somebody in that Tuesday game, if possible, ready to sub in, because any given day he just won't make it. So he's definitely one that I'm looking at as an auto sub potentially. Right, that team's set already. That team is good to go. Is this the Champions League? Yeah. Slightly more complicated because instead of looking at matchups, so I play someone in the flex, they get half points. So there's a bit more strategy to it. 3 running backs as well, 2 quarterbacks. Woo. Mahomes and Stafford, Gibbs, Jacobs, Henry, Lamb, Evans, Pittman, Cup, Laporta, Bowers, Zamir, White in there as well. Pretty good. We had Taylor saying T over Kirk or Spears. Yeah, I think in general, yeah. But I think I've ended up starting T. Higgins in quite a lot of leagues. So I'm just, every now and again, I like to do, I don't like to start unless it's a complete stud. I don't like starting them all the time if I have any kind of doubt in them, if that makes any sense. So I think in that one league, I'm going to sit T. Higgins and put in somebody else. So at least I'm not getting hurt in every league. And I've got quite a lot of T. Higgins as well. Quite a lot of T. Higgins too. So it's, yeah. Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, it's not something I don't know if everyone does that universally, but it's something I usually try to do. Right, let's get Deshaun Watson in that super flex. Roll Taysom Hill. Right, this is the ultimate auto sub guy. If I'm struggling, if I'm not going to win a matchup and I see somebody that is potentially going to be out, I'm plugging in Taysom Hill. I'm just going for it. Hit the big break glass Taysom Hill button and let's go for it. He's my favorite guy to just shove in if I've got no chance. I'm very heavily favored to win this one in the Champions League, though, so I'm not too worried about putting in someone like a Taysom Hill into the squad. Is there somebody I can shove in? No. Do I have injured reserve? I'll put him there, but yeah, I don't see anyone that in particular that I can shove in there. Am I happy with these guys getting half points? Yes. I'm happy with that. I don't want Henry or Jacobs or Gibbs getting half points. So makes sense to me. I don't want like IDP league. That's an IDP league. That's also an IDP league as well. So that brings us to the end of setting some lineups. Unfortunately, Sleeper on the PC, man, not really letting us experiment with the Sleeper auto sub. I'll tell you my strategy anyway. My strategy is look at the probability of winning. Really ask yourself, if this player goes out, do I just need to go balls to the wall and go for it? Or do I need to continue to play it safe? That's what I'm really going to be looking for when using this auto sub feature. Like if it's a player that is essential, like say a Tyreek Hill, right? If you got a Tyreek Hill going out, there's no point putting in a Curtis Samuel, right? Because he's got no real shot of getting towards that Tyreek Hill level. You're going to want to put in a Christian Watson or a more boom bust type of guy that has that potential to make up for that lack of Tyreek Hill, because you're going to find it so hard to win if you're losing a huge playmaker like that. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm looking at what is my likelihood to win. If the player being auto subbed out, if that happens, if that greatly reduces my chance to win, then I'm increasing the risk on the auto sub player. If it doesn't really make a difference, then I'm happy to do like a like for like. But what I'm not going to be doing is playing it safe whenever I'm potentially losing a real playmaker. I'm going to go for it and I'm going to risk it, because if I lose those points, I might be screwed anyway. So why not just go for it and really risk it for that huge reward at the end? Speaking of the end, this is the end of this fun little live stream. I just had fun yesterday doing this. I thought, why not? You know what? I got to set my lineups anyway. So why not do it with you guys? Thank you so much for joining. If you've not already seen that little graphic below, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Hey, might come back next week doing this. Maybe having a guest on next week. That might be a bit of fun, right? Set some lineups with a guest. That'll be fun. Thank you so much for joining. Guys, we're here. We're here. We have football. It's back. Enjoy the games. Enjoy Patrick Mahomes putting on an absolute show for you today. Hopefully your team wins too, unless you're a Ravens fan. See you next week. Good luck.